onye bụ m na Chineke nna nke igwe biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt otu agwa wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbodo ekwensu bụ zu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere anyị wee na-aja gị mma na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị na anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtọ na-eji ama mgbe niile n'ihi na anyị enweghị ichi ọzọ ewezuga ka anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọmụkwụ anyị niile ọbịa mere IPOB ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka ọ bụ naanị gị onye anyị nwanya bụ isi ala nye iwe napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija ma na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ ha wee daa hapụghị ikonye ọzọ obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala ọkwa n'ihi eze ebube dị ngọzi anya nwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọ na-ebe gị iche ọzọ egwezuga gị anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana onwe onye kere ọtụtụ niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị mara onye ka a na-ajọ gị ise
Ndewo, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you very much. I greet you all this morning and I bring you good tidings. Yes, I bring you good tidings because I know that victory is sure for Muchineke. It's a full house already and I welcome every one of you. Omar Rich, thank you. Estambane for I bless you. Weibo, thank you. Plan B, I know you are there. I see every one of you. Stanis West, thank you. Peter Okafor, I see you. It's a full house already. Thank you, Alex Oko. Plan B, my brother. Callistos, bravo. Oh, what a full house we have already. I want to appreciate every one of you. UC Mexico, thank you for joining me from Facebook. Thank you, every one of you. Please make sure you are sharing this program. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Join us this morning because there is something good happening. Let me tell you, Chukwokika Biama, who called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and gave him this mandate and the mission, just like Moses, to lead the people of Biafra out of the zoological republic of Animal Kingdom. He made sure he prepared every step of the way to deliver him through the wilderness. Just like Chukwokika Biama made sure that Moses had all obstacles removed from his way and ensure that the people of Israel got to the promised land. Biafra, we must get to the promised land because he is able. That has promised Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he is able to deliver us because Nigeria is a cursed nation. Nigeria will remain under a spell. Nigeria will never succeed in submerging Biafra. Nigeria will be forgotten because Nigeria is an evil entity, a corrupt entity, a destroyer of destiny. It will never survive the test of time. I guarantee you that. I am watching, okay, I'm telling you. The weather right here is below 1 degree in Torino, very cold and chilling. That is how Chukwokika Biama we make things work for us in Biafra. Because everything God juara yoyi, I got buy no bodani. We will worship our God in the land of Biafra. We will worship our Okike. As all the enemies of Biafra will collapse. I don't know the reason why they hate us. I don't know the reason why they are coming against us. We are the only nation that have never subdued any nation, overthrown any nation, invaded any people. We have always been living on our own. Rather, we always want to live at peace with our neighbors. But instead of, living peacefully with us, they try to destroy us. But God will expose all our enemies. Just the way Reuben Abatti could not hide his shame, his shameless hatred for Igbo. Reuben Abatti could not hide his shameless face. But Chukwokika Biama always leave a witness for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You see, there are some lawyers, criminal lawyers, you see them everywhere. Some of them, they invite them for interview. And you see the way they'll be talking. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was arrogant. The law have taken this course. And you ask yourself, law take his course? Did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not win in that same country? Did they obey their courts? This morning I'm going to be playing for you the interview. One of our beloved Biafra son, a very clear-minded lawyer, who I have never even seen him before. I don't even know where he came from, but I know that there are people of integrity that are rising up right now for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Those that wanted to put Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to jail and eventually destroy him, they will be put to shame. People like Ifeanyi Ejiofor, you will be disgraced, put to shame, because all your plan will be destroyed, will be put to shame. I want to ask Ifeanyi Ejiofor, this lawyer that we're about to listen to now, is he not a lawyer? A constitutional lawyer, a well-read lawyer, not just grammatic jimboism that Ejiofor is speaking. By the time you listen to this lawyer that was being interviewed by Reuben Abatti, in fact, Reuben Abatti taught everybody, are going to take all those nonsense, useless lies that Omotosho brandished on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and convicted him. He thought everybody would take it line, hook and sinker. But he never knew that there are Biafrans that went to school. There are Biafrans that understand the law. There are Biafrans that will interpret it and make you understand that, look, Nigeria will never get away with this criminality. As that lawyer was there, I will interpret it to you this morning. Reuben Abatti was asking him, and when the lawyer now stood his ground to tell Reuben Abatti that Nigeria is a criminal country, Reuben Abatti did like this. Oh. He never saw it coming. I don't want to be the one to let the cat out before the time. Let us listen to this interview. I think it happened yesterday. Let's listen to it, and then you will be the judge this morning. Let's go.
Constitutional lawyer and public affairs analyst Friday Nzeako joins me now to offer his thoughts on the imprisonment of Nnamdi Kanu, Donald Trump's threat against Nigerian terrorists, and the chaos that will appear to be unfolding in the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Good to have you on the program, Freddie Ziako. Well, first, let's start with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The view has been expressed by those who know this subject that I was misled by amateur legal advisors who turned a serious legal issue into a circus and who misadvised him and who led him to...
Please take notice, take notice of the language Abatti is using. If you were in my program yesterday night, if you joined me when I read what Ifeanyi Ejiofor wrote, you will now understand that Ifeanyi Ejiofor, Reuben Abatti, and Gumi, all these people, they are in the same WhatsApp group. Hello? You see the line of words Reuben Abatti will be using now. You will agree with me that Reuben Abatti, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, and all the zoo lawyers, Omotosho, they are all in the same WhatsApp group. They are calling Aloyji Marcus effort and the Mazi Maxwell and all the lawyers. They are calling their effort a circus and a social media lawyer. Listen to Reuben Abatti and go back and reflect on what Ifeanyi Ejiofor wrote on his Twitter handle yesterday. I will allow you to start from the beginning so that you understand that both Reuben Abatti, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, they are all in the same WhatsApp group, including Omotosho, who passed the judgment. They are all working together. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will defeat all of them. Please listen carefully and follow the lines of word that Reuben Abatti is using. Okay?
Freddie Ziako. Well, first, let's start with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The view has been expressed by those who know this subject that I was misled by amateur legal advisors who turned a serious legal issue into a circus and who misadvised him and who led him to sack people like Kanu Agabi SAN, Ikpeazu SAN, Paul Erokoro SAN, who are handling the matter. Persons who, from the Court of Appeal in the previous matter, had already provided a template that could have provided a different outcome. And then you have these people, all these social media, Twitter lawyers, misleading him.
Are you hearing it? Social media Twitter lawyers. That's what he's calling Aloyji Marcus and Maxwell. The same line of word with Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Are you following?
And then you have these people, all these social media, Twitter lawyers, misleading him. So do you agree with that view?
Well,
the situation what eventually happened in the Court of Justice of Motosho, could it have been avoided if the matter was handled differently?
Well, I do not.
Now, I want you to follow up. As this man will begin to talk, be looking at the body language of Abatti. You will see the way I am very important. I bring this out for you to know that the conspiracy against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being destroyed already before it starts. You will see Abatti, his body language. He thought that he has succeeded in bringing somebody that will side them in their conspiracy. But when the man begin to nail him on the cross and begin to nail Ifeanyi Ejiofor and all their criminal propaganda on the cross, you see the way Abatti will slump as he's already defeated, and he tried everything possible to subdue this man, a true Biafran, a lawyer who stands his ground. He's not a legal man with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's on his own, but he's a constitutional lawyer, a Biafran that is a man of truth, that understands everything they are doing. He nipped it on the board, and you will see how Reuben Abatti slumped like a defeated foe right there and then. Please follow.
Could it have been avoided if the matter was handled differently?
Well, I do not know why he debriefed those lawyers. I also do not know why he decided to defend himself. But what is those are now in the realm of history. or in realm of the past. What now bothers many Nigerians was what happened on November 20th, the day he was sentenced, and the day he was convicted and eventually sentenced. And the whole issue surrounding the trial, the whole issue surrounding the conviction and the sentencing, the attitude of the court itself, whether the court followed the law or whether the court followed personal opinion of the jurists, or whether the court, in some people's opinion, acted on a script to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu is taken off the streets, in a manner of speaking. Whether Nnamdi Kanu defended himself or not, what to many people is more critical and more important is the attitude of the judge and the justice of the matter. Don't forget that in criminal adjudication, one can only be convicted when there is preponderance of evidence, one. Two, and when the prosecution is able to prove the case beyond all reasonable doubt. We are not saying all iota of doubt, but at least all reasonable doubt. And that justice must not only be done, but to be seen, manifestly be seen as having been done. The generality of the public of Nigeria and even the international community do not believe that justice was done in Nnamdi Kanu's case. Don't forget that the issue of treason is a political decision by the state, because treason is an offense against the state. It has been brought to become an offense against humanity. And that is why there is an international convention against treason. And it was to be able to bring it to the level of, to align Nigeria's act with that of the rest of the world, following the UN convention, that brought to the repeal of Nigeria's 2011-2012 terrorism Prevention Act, and reenacted in 2022 with implementation in 2023 of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. Now, the whole issue about Nnamdi Kanu's matter beggars a lot of questions and defeats a lot of logic, because a lot of people, even Nnamdi Kanu himself had continued to say it, even rambunctiously in court, that they should show him the law with which he's being tried. Because by the time many people didn't understand, because all the people who were not privy to the charges and people who were not privy to the goings on in court were at a loss as to why would a man be charged for an offense that is not known to law in a criminal trial. Because a Nigerian statute book says that one cannot be tried for a law of an offense not codified and known to law.
Yeah.
And then
under the principle of fair
hearing,
sections 35 and 36.
Absolutely. And there is nothing like retrogressive action in law when it comes to...
Are you following these people? Are you following it? This man is a constitutional lawyer. This man talking now, Fred Nzeako is his name. Mazi Fred Nzeako, he's a constitutional lawyer. As far as this man is concerned, Ifeanyi Ejiofor is a chicken. As far as this man is concerned in law, Ifeanyi Ejiofor is a moron, a chicken, an idiot. As he's quoting the Constitution now, you can even see Reuben. Reuben was slumping, coming back, and then finally admitting with him and also helping him to quote that Constitution. You cannot be tried without the Constitution, without the law, or be tried with a law that has been abolished. It is in the Constitution. This man is quoting the law, and he said that is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was reverberating in that court. Show me the law. Reuben Abatti, just watch this interview. I tell you, yesterday night, as I was watching this interview, I was tempted to come live again. I say, oh, let us discuss this thing. I say, no, make I sleep small now, because this interview was so sweet for me. I say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, there are voices rising up for him now. And the man, listen to him, he said, both internationally, there are people that have seen everything, and they disagree with what Nigeria did. I am telling you, Nigeria will continue to be a disgrace. You see, when Donald Trump said, already disgraced nation, you people have not seen anything yet. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, He told them, I will bring an end to this evil empire. I'm telling you, dead or alive, he will bring an end. If they think that by taking his life, they will subdue him, if they attempt it, it will bring more catastrophe to Nigeria. So if that is why people like this man are speaking up, so that the zoo will understand, look, it is not in this 21st century. You people will try that rubbish. All eyes, all eyes. And do not forget that our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he studied international law. International law. By the time his appeal is done and he comes out to face Nigeria at the international court, Nigeria will regret whatever they have ever done to Biafra. You know, you see this Biafra? You see this Biafra? I bet you with my soul, Biafra must come. In my time or in this my time, no matter how they drag it, I will go to my land. In my homeland, I will take the soil of my land. I will kiss it. I will worship to Kokikabiama in my own land. And Biafra will revibrate as a modern nation in this world. Nothing will stop it. You see what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for? No matter the bribe they get to him, he rejected it because of Biafra. You think he's joking? He was ready to put his life on the line because of Biafra. You think he's joking? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was offered. They told Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we will make you richer than Dangote. How many of you remember? How many of you watching me here remember that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was offered? We will make you richer than Dangote. Forget this thing. He told them, Biafra is all I want. That time, who is calling me? Eh? Hello? I did life. I'll call you back. I did life. Eh? You see, they told him he will be richer than Dangote. But what happened? He rejected it. He rejected it, because Biafra is worth more than trillions and billions of gold. Now listen to Nzako as he finished this interview. Oh my God. Oh my God. Biafrans, watch it and see. Watch and see how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to come out victorious.
And under the principle of fair, sections 35 and 36.
Absolutely. And there is nothing like retrogressive action in law when it comes to criminal action. Yeah. We are not a military regime. Now...
No, but Nnamdi Kanu was charged under the old law.
Under the old law?
Terrorism.
He was charged under the 2020...
No.
Watch and see how Reuben Abatti will be dragging with a constitutional lawyer. A lawyer that have read constitution, knows everything. Reuben Abatti is trying to say Nnamdi Kanu was tried under the old law. And all those things, you think the man does not know? See how the man will correct his the brain of an ape. The brain of an ape. Oh, just watch and see. Reuben Abatti dragging for Nigeria. This is a journalist. Oh, you are interviewing somebody. Allow the man to speak. Reuben was dragging, trying to make Nigeria validate Nigeria judgment against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in a country where Boko Haram and bandits are doing TikTok live. Boko Haram and bandits, terrorists, they are doing giveaway and TikTok live. I will show you video this morning. I will show you live video, live for TikTok. Shameless Abatti. Now watch and listen.
Now, no, but Nnamdi Kanu was charged under the old law.
Under the old law?
Terrorism.
He was charged under the 2020...
No, not under 2022. Under the older law of 2011.
2013, yeah. Not 2022, 2013. That was repealed.
That's the old law.
Oh, the old law that was repealed in 2022.
Yeah, but so the new law will not take effect. That's why Chief Awomolo is saying, yes, is saying that the punishment is death penalty. He was quoting the old law, and that the accused person was charged under the old law. The accused person was charged under the old law. Don't forget that that charge under the old law got extinguished in October 2022. When... Yeah, but the law, you yourself just said it, yes, cannot have retroactive effect.
We cannot have retroactive effect.
Those are issues they will resolve at the level of appeal.
No. There is one major issue that is even on the open. Okay. Because in the first instance, don't forget that Nnamdi Kanu had earlier been acquitted by the Federal High Court before the federal government went to Court of Appeal. And follow
what this man is saying, you shameless Abatti. Remember that Nnamdi Kanu have already been acquitted. Oh my God, that's why when you listen to Aloy Ejimako, God bless your spirit, bless your mind, and bless your soul. Aloy Ejimako is an intelligent lawyer. Yesterday night, you remember the video I played? Aloy Ejimako was telling them, look, we are going back to the Court of Appeal. And Aloy Ejimako was reminding them, remember, these people are sending us back to the Court of Appeal. The same Court of Appeal that have discharged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Do you see how Zoological Republic of Nigeria is functioning? The same Court of Appeal, where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have been discharged and acquitted, that is the same court. They want them to go back and reappeal. Reappeal a case that have been won in the same court that gave him that victory. People, are you people following what is happening in the zoo? Are you following an animal kingdom? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told you, if you want to see animals, you don't need to go to a zoo. Just come to Nigeria. You walk on the street, you see monkeys and baboons. You see monkeys and baboons jumping. You just feed your eyes and say, wow, what a beautiful zoo. Look at antelope, look at lion, look at monkey, look at baboon. That is Nigeria. That is Nigeria for you, my people. This federal court is sending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to say you can appeal in 90 days. To where? To Court of Appeal. The same Court of Appeal where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have won that same case. This is where you will see how Zoological Republic function. By the time they appear in that court, is Court of Appeal going to pretend as if nothing like that came to their table before? That file of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, where he won them at that Court of Appeal, are they going to disappear it, cancel it, tear it? Are they going to submerge it, make it look like it never happened? Do they want to delete it from history, like they remove history from our school and say there is nothing like history? There's nothing like a civil war. There's nothing like Biafra. There's nothing like Ojuku. Animal kingdom. That is what this lawyer is telling them. Remember that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has won this case at the appeal court. Now, all these shameless bastards from Igbo land and all these idiots, Obi Kubana and all these useless idiot people that want to help Tinubu to win 2027 election. If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu understand that is what you people are trying to do, he will lay curse on all of you. You want to use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to help Tinubu to win 2027 in a Nigeria that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already laid a curse on. All of you from the beginning to end, all your family, one by one. It is better you stay out of this thing. If you want to support Tinubu, go. That's why you see Peter Obi, against whatever they are saying, Peter Obi opened his mouth and told them that, look, this thing you are doing, it is nonsense. But even though he was calling it arrest, Peter Obi must be reminded that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was not arrested. He was kidnapped. Nigeria is a criminal country. Just like Donald Trump said, a disgraced country. More disgrace is coming. Much more disgrace is coming. I am too hot in my spirit this morning. Let me just be patient and listen to this man. Let me be patient because the interview is long. Let's listen to it.
Don't forget that that charge under the old law got extinguished in October 2022. When
but the law, you yourself just said it, cannot have retroactive effect.
We cannot have retroactive effect.
Those are issues they will resolve
no,
at the level of appeal.
No. There is one major issue that is even on the open. Okay. Because
listen.
In the first instance, don't forget that Nnamdi Kanu had earlier been acquitted by the Federal High Court before federal government went to Court of Appeal. And every moment an accused is acquitted, discharged and acquitted, he goes home from the court. He can only go back to the prison or to wherever he was detained to collect his personal items.
Every moment somebody is acquitted, every moment in history, in life, in the law, if you are acquitted, you go home from the court. You go home. You go home. What part of that English are these moronic animal kingdom not understanding? Every moment somebody is acquitted, he goes home from the court. Animals. Okay.
Moment an accused is acquitted, discharged and acquitted, he goes home from the court. He can only go back to the prison or to wherever he was detained to collect his personal items. If he doesn't want, he can abandon them there. If he doesn't want, he can go from there to his house. If he doesn't want, because at the end of the day, the federal government refused to release him. So at that point of that discharge and acquittal in October of 2022, the court became functus officio. So you can no longer hold on that old law. But by the time you saw the judgment from the Constitutional Court, it was referring to the 2013 charge. So that became a very, very strong issue against that judgment and against the entire procedure. There are so many other issues which time may not allow us to explain.
No, these are issues that can be worked out when the matter goes to the Court of Appeal. Aloy Ejimako has already said they will go on appeal.
Yes,
and that by Monday, tomorrow, they are going to file.
He has a whole 90 days.
Now, I want you to listen to this animal, this shameless man. He's now calling Aloy Ejimako. He said Aloy Ejimako has said they're happy. The same Aloy Ejimako, this bastard, was saying that he is a social media, Twitter, lawyer, amateur. This goat, this ape. You see what we say? Now he's admitting that Aloy Ejimako is going to have. Now he's saying that these are issues that will be approached at the Court of Appeal. By the time he saw that Mazi Fred in Zako have nipped him on the board, put his coconut head there, knock him, bang, bang, boom, boom, bam, and told him, shut up your mouth, you ape face. This man is supposed to go home from the court. There is no law that should hold him down. The only thing that will happen is after then, you can now do another thing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was discharged. He was not released. He was not rearrested. They discharged him and they held him. The same thing, this argument this man is saying here is the argument that bastard called Ifeanyi Ejiofor Chineke ga-akpọ. Ifeanyi Ejiofor is supposed to be arguing the same thing this man, Fred Nzako, is arguing. But instead of that, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, because he's in the same WhatsApp group with Reuben Abatti, was sounding like a zoo lawyer. Of course, he's a zoo lawyer. Are you now following? We are Biafrans. We will deal with them. Nigeria, God will punish all of you. Just like Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, God will punish you now and forevermore.
Goes to the Court of Appeal. Aloy Ejimako has already said they will go on appeal.
Yes,
and that by Monday, tomorrow, they are going to file.
He has a whole 90 days. We think we to do so.
However,
so he
the
can do
thing
that
to
at any
notice
time.
that Justice Omotosho even said, oh, he was tampering justice with mercy. He was not applying the full teeth of the law.
You see this bastard? He is eulogizing Justice Omotosho. He said Justice Omotosho said he was tampering justice with mercy. Somebody that was breaking the law, brazenly breaking the law. The law. This is a constitutional lawyer, and he has corrected you. And at the same time, with your ape face, you are saying that Justice Omotosho was tampering justice with mercy. The man is breaking the law. Justice Omotosho is a bastard breaking the law, and you are here telling us that Omotosho is tampering justice with mercy. Justice Wogieba and warfare. No wonder you are an animal in the zoo. That's why you are talking like that. Omotosho tampering justice with mercy. Who gave him that right to break that law?
With mercy, he was not applying the full teeth of the law. However, what do you think is the way forward? And don't you think that the matter was even complicated by the conduct of the accused person who discharged?
Now he's coming. Now he's now coming to the hatred they have for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's now going into the area of the conduct of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now watch and listen. This place is very important. Listen to Nzeako. Oh, this man, I need to see this man. I know I don't have money, but I will buy this man a very beautiful suit that he will wear as a lawyer. I will buy him something that will qualify him as a constitutional lawyer that he is. Mazi Fred Nzako, God bless you. Now watch and see how this man dismantled this useless Abatti, who is coming out to tell the world that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu had what they call misconduct in the court. And see how Mazi Fred will dismantle him. I don't want to distract him. I want you to listen, and then we will be closing this program. Well, watch.
Even said, oh, he was tampering justice with mercy. He was not applying the full teeth of the law. However, what do you think is the way forward? And don't you think that the matter was even complicated by the conduct of the accused person who discharged his own counsel. I mentioned the very senior lawyers who know the territory. Now, in this same case, what's his name now? Ozekome,
Yes.
SAN,
Yes.
was involved. Kanu Agabi, SAN. Paul Erokoro, SAN. Ikpeazu, SAN. These are people who know the law. The in and out of it. Who could have provided a different kind of pathway and who could have handled the matter. But where the accused person abusing the presiding judge, and you said, oh, the presiding judge is a problem. What do you expect his lordship to have done in a situation whereby the accused person took over the proceedings of the court and questioned his integrity, questioned his... So what the judge did eventually in the 144-page judgment that I have seen is that he just applied the law. Simply.
Dr. Abatti, you may say so, the judge may claim so, but the judge committed what majority of the people describe as a travesty of justice. And I tell you why.
No, look, don't put mob opinion.
No. You see this bastard? You see this bastard? The lawyer is telling him that the judge committed what they call travesty of judgment. Travesty. And Abatti said that he should not quote a mob justice. He's not calling it mob justice. Something that every one of us saw. Something that this legal personnel saw. And it is travesty of justice. Something that Aloy Ejimakor and the rest of them have always been calling out to be a travesty of justice. This man, or Abatti, is saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was rude inside court. He took over the proceedings, and then that what he see is that the Omotosho just apply the law. You see, Abatti, no wonder he's an ape face. No wonder he's an ape face, a very suitable content inside the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, a part of the animal kingdom that can never be delivered. Now look at him. Now condemning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That means if Abatti was a judge, he would have just sentenced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to death. If he was the judge. Now, this man, this lawyer is telling him that thing Omotosho committed is called travesty of judgment. But Abatti say, hey, it's a mob opinion you are trying to quote. What is mob opinion? Everybody saw it. It's a travesty. The man was reading protest. In fact, why am I talking? Zako applied all these things in this interview. Even though Abatti tried to silence him and make it look like he's the one in charge of that interview, but Zako nipped him on the board. And I bet you need to listen to this part of the interview. Just listen to it.
You may say so, the judge may claim so, but the judge committed what majority of the people describe as a travesty of justice, and I tell you why.
Don't quote mob opinion.
It's not a mob opinion because there are the facts are there. The judge jumped into the arena. The judge even usurped the office of the executive.
How?
I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
It does not lie in the purview of the court to decide where a convict will be kept. The very moment you decide, you give it your judgment, you become functus officio. It is the duty of the executive to determine.
Which means that the matter has ended.
Yeah, the matter has ended.
So,
it's the duty of the for the judge to
that's
say.
What functus officio
yes, for the judge to say he has to be.
You see, even Abatti understand that this man is speaking the truth. But his shame and his useless patriotic opinion for Nigeria would not make him to understand that matter has ended. This man was quoting the law here, Pontus, whatever Pontus. Let us listen to him again. Abatti, Chineke ga-akpọ gị ọkụ, anụ ọfịa, Chineke akpọla gị ọkụ.
The very moment you decide, you give it your judgment, you become functus officio. It is the duty of the executive to determine.
Which means that the matter has ended.
Yeah, the matter has ended.
Yeah,
it's the duty of the for the judge to
that's
say.
What functus officio
for the judge to say he has to be kept in a certain form of confinement. He's jumping into the arena. He's overreaching his office.
Was it the judge that said he must be taken to Sokoto?
The judge said so, and possibly for them to have taken him to Sokoto, they may be obeying again the order of the court, which of course is an illegal order because he has become functus officio.
No, it is not the duty. Sokoto prison.
It is not the duty
in that judgment.
It is not the duty of.
No, is it stated in the judgment?
No, Dr. Abatti. It's not the duty of the judge to say where he will be kept.
No, is it in the
Meanwhile,
judgment?
no, it's not in the judgment.
Have you read it?
No, but he said so in the judgment that
He said it should be taken to Sokoto.
He didn't say Sokoto. He said in a special confinement. He said so.
Abatti. Abatti. Wait, let me stop this Abatti. Abatti. You see what Abatti is trying to do? You know, that man did not mention Sokoto, but that judge openly suggested to Omotosho that Nnamdi Kanu must not be left in a place where people will be coming to see him and they will make it into a pilgrimage that should take him away in a different place, suggesting that the judge should be the one to decide where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be kept. And eventually, based on that, immediately Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was catapulted to Sokoto. And Abatti is now insisting, show me the law, show me the judgment where he said it will not be Sokoto. He did not mention Sokoto, but he suggested that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should not be kept in a facility where people can reach him. He should be taken away, far away, where he will be kept safe. That suggestion was made, which is not the jurisdiction of the judge. That's why my lawyer Fred Nzako is now telling you, Ape-face Abatti, that your Omotosho jumped into the arena. That was not his own field. Okay, you have passed the judgment, then leave it there. You are not the one that will suggest where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be kept. It is the duty of the executive to decide whether Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should remain in Abuja or should be sent to Lagos or should be sent anywhere. But you suggested it in that judgment, and it actually took place that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was taken away, far away from where he will fight for his appeal to where a distance will make it difficult for him to even appeal. You see that? Abatti, ape-face, shameless. Now listen to it again.
To say where he will be kept.
No, is it in the judgment?
No, it's not in the judgment.
Have you read it?
No, but he said so in the judgment that
he said it should be taken to Sokoto.
He didn't say Sokoto. He said in a special confinement. He said so. So, and people were asking, would he be taken to Robben Island in South Africa or Guantanamo Bay in Rhode Island in America, since they wanted him to be completely out of circulation? The judge, in his wisdom, may be thinking that keeping him in an environment where people can have access to him, that people will be coming to visit him, and of course people will be going to visit him. And now the government are now throwing him to Sokoto. What is the basis for throwing him to Sokoto? That is one. But leave that for the executive to answer. But you can query the judge for making such statement because it does not lie in his purview. Again, the injustice done against Nnamdi Kanu
was that part of the ratio or part of?
It was part of the angst you mentioned. That he insulted the judge. No,
I didn't say.
No, he said that he insulted the judge.
Abatti is running away.
The presiding judge, and I now ask if anybody misconducts himself in the court, is it not contempt?
No,
contempt in the face of the court.
That judgment
so it cannot come in any way close to issue of terrorism. If the judge felt he was insulted,
whatever the judge may have said, obita.
The same way
immaterial.
Is good. The same way President Muhammadu Buhari now converted ordinary law of thought to a criminal offense. Nnamdi Kanu insulted Buhari. Yes, it's open. He called him all sorts of names. He has the reasons for calling him also names. We criticize such calling of names because he was our president. But we have a law that says, if I insult you, Dr. Abatti, you take me to court. It's a civil offense.
Yes.
It can be a crime.
Yes.
That he insulted the president, and now the president now turned it to become terrorism. Now, another issue that very important, issue that still keeps hanging on is, if you look at all the counts, the 7 counts, a lot of them will be talking about his broadcasts. Almost about 5 of the charges talk about his broadcasts. And that is why his lawyer said, how has Mayor Puffy word of mouth amount to terrorism? You know that when you are talking about criminal issues, you are talking about the actus reus and the mens rea, the reasons and the action. If
the mind to commit,
the mind to
the
commit,
act.
and then the act itself, committal of that act. Where is the committal of the act, and where is the mind to commit the act? What he did was he insulted the authorities because he possibly felt that he was not getting what he expected from the system. These are all the issues that will come on appeal at the end of the day.
Don't let us reopen the case. All these elementary things about criminal law, let's put them aside.
Yes.
The matter has already been determined now at this stage. What is the way forward? What do you recommend?
No, but first,
as counsel.
No, it's very simple.
Were you part of?
No, I was not part of the legal team.
So, what do you recommend?
No, it's very simple. They will go on appeal.
Yeah.
And they have to go on appeal timeously because our law
by
says,
Monday.
Our law says he has 90 days to appeal. But the legal team is up to the task, and they said they are not going to waste any time. But another thing that is important is that now that the written judgment is out, they get certified to a copy of the judgment and then begin to prepare sift through it, bring out all the grounds of appeal, and then go ahead and file the appeal. And that's all. That is the only way forward. And the next way forward is to appeal to Ndigbo to take it easy, that this injustice cannot stand. So there's no need trying to get agitated. There's no need trying to resort to self-help. There's no need trying to injure ourselves or injure the people, all in the name of getting angry. Because the law, yes, is an ass, but the same law will be utilized to right the wrongs that have been done against Nnamdi Kanu. I say this advisedly and without any fear of equivocation, that the federal government of Nigeria has not handled Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's matter in a judicial.
So what do you advise
with
the
justice.
Nigerian government?
Nigerian government, if I am to advise the government, this time around, the buck now stops on the table of the CNC. The CNC has now, when he pardoned some criminals and Nigerians raised their voices, and people said, oh, why are you not pardoning Nnamdi Kanu? The handlers of the federal government, of the president said the matter is still in court. Today, the court has discharged the matter. Now, the executive can now take over and apply the prerogative of mercy. It is completely at the discretion of Mr. President. And if I'm to advise him, I'll ask him to do so and calm frayed nerves so that we'll begin to limit the challenges of insecurity we have in Nigeria. It is mounting all around the country. Let us not add to the problems. It's like pouring fuel into a raging fire.
Wow!
Okay.
Wow! This man is the real deal. I would like to play this video again when I have chance, but my time is almost up. I have only 4 minutes, and out of the 4 minutes, please, okay. Okorukpe, I will give you 1.5 minutes out of these 4 minutes. Use it. And our brother Ebube Chukwu that came in before, if you can come back and take a minute out of this time, it will be good because I need to go. Okay, quickly, grab it. Okay, grab it. Where are you? You cannot make it. It's okay if you can't make it. Maybe next time you will make it and then we will hear you. But right now, you are not talking. I don't know why you're not talking. I don't know why you're not talking. And then we're going to leave you. And our brother that tried to come in before, the network kicked you out. Can you make it in the next 2 minutes? Can you make it? If you cannot make it, we will do it next time. And I'm sure this program has blessed you. We will try and play this video again. This interview, play it from beginning to end without any interruption. And maybe my interruption may have made you not to understand it, but this is the real deal. If I Ejiofor should know that there are Biafrans that are standing behind Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If Ifeanyi Ejiofor, personally, if Ifeanyi Ejiofor is not chased out of Biafra land, I, Vam, will chase him out. If Ifeanyi Ejiofor is not banished from Biafra land, me, Vam, I will banish him. Take this part and send to him. I will banish him from Biafra land. He's an evil man. Instead of you to stand and speak the truth, this is a lawyer. Fred Nzeako. Look at how he addressed this issue. Look at how he analyzed. Look at how he disgraced this man. Shameless Ifeanyi Ejiofor, useless, go to the Kage Mafia. I don't pamadi Kage. Muwa Vam. Evil people. Evil people. We're going to leave it here. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have people that are standing for him. And remember, the dragon is loading. The dragon is loading. It's loading. And he will deal with all of them. Njoku is coming. Njoku is coming. Njoku is coming. And they go hear him. Ndojo. Ndojo.
Biafra, anozim na Biafra ugbu Simon Ipanjoko.
Why is this playing 2 times? I don't know why it's playing 2 times. Simon, I don't know why this is playing 2 times. Anyway, I don't know why this thing is playing 2 times. I don't know. Why had you play 2 times? Anyway, I'll leave you guys. I will be back this evening. They won't. I play them.
We are in Biafra. And you know Biafra.